So, last time, our brave troop was standing at the edge of the Stranglethorns, looking into the forest of death. Before them wound a disused minecart track, snaking its way through the sharpened branches and briar bushes, up the hill towards the mountains behind the Stranglethorns. Following the track as the giant woodcutter Va'ant had advised you, you found the going much easier than your previous foray into the forest. Sorry, I've got much ear. But before long, you had cause to stop. A figure blocked your path, propped up against a minecart, overturned years and years and years ago. You cautiously approached and were relieved to find that it was a Way Watcher, a type of scarecrow totem that has been left to keep the bad spirits and evil forces away from this place. Though you noticed that its soul stone in the middle, the precious gem, had been taken. Not knowing whether the magic still held in place, whether the place was still protected, you decided to move on quickly. You worked your way up the track a little more before you stopped again. A few hours later, this time fear clutching your heart, your breath catching in your chest, screams and howls of ghouls from up the track. As you crept closer, you realized that it wasn't a group of ghouls. It was in fact a single voice, and in it was tinged a melancholy tone, full of pain and sorrow. This piqued your curiosity. So you edged your way up to the corner to peer round and along the mine track. You saw indeed a ghoul form on the floor, moving in a strange way. Deciding not to take any chances, you all unleashed a volley of death at the ghoul, only to be flummoxed when your missiles and magic came up against a barrier and fell short. The most courageous one out of a lot of you decided to creep up and investigate. What they found was a ghoul skewered to the floor by a giant spear. Dozens and dozens of daggers sticking out of the dead flesh in all sorts of places. Some old, some new. The most interesting thing that caught your eye, though, was a large flat stone with a warning. You decided to leave the ghoul where it was, leave the warning, and continue on. When the mist rolled in, and vision quickly was obscured. Deep chill in the air. There was a struggle to keep the group together. It wasn't long before things changed for the worse. The sounds of a ravenous pack of ghouls following you began to cry out. Whipping round to see where the noise came from, one of your party got separated. The small yet troublesome Sindri disappeared from view. Though you all heard snapping and cracking branches and screams of ghouls in hot pursuit off to the north, you had more pressing concerns as the rest of the pack of ghouls descended on your party, sending some of you tumbling down a bank and leaving Jess standing on the top alone. There you all fought bravely and ferociously, sending the entire squad of ghouls back to whatever hell they spawned from. You took a moment and a breath before Torlek yelled out at the top of his lungs for Sindri, and heard only more ghouls cry in return. The second round of fighting was just as ferocious as the last, with Jessail and Leoquino taking some pretty nasty looking wounds. So as you all breathe deep and try and calm your racing hearts, you all take a moment and listen to the silence, feeling the chill of the deep mist in your hot, sweating skin. The only sounds are a light breeze and the ragged breaths of your companions. You have a brief moment to tend to your wounds and take a quick swig from your water skins before deciding on your next move. So, it's here that I will hand the reins over to you all. Still standing in the clearing with the remains of the ghouls dying and seeping black blood into the wet ground around you. The mist is swirling thick, and you can see about 20 feet.
Wouldn't mind healing up some. I'm missing like 5 hit points, I think.
Yeah, I could do with taking a rest and getting a hit down there.
Yeah. A short rest, guys?
Sounds like a plan.
A short rest.
Wonderful. So exactly how long are you guys stopping?
Well, what's the short rest count as? An hour?
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys were going to have an hour and a half. 2 hours.
I'm loath to let Sindri wander away on his own.
Yeah, he's pretty speedy for one so small.
Gonna have to have another one. Okay.
I can also sing the Song of Rest, which will help. So.
That would be appreciated.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
How does the song go?
It sounds something like Twinkle Twinkle, but like with different rescue words.
Okay.
I think that got me exactly back to full.
What does Song of Rest give us, sorry? It's an additional
Extra d6 to add the
D6.
whatever hit dice.
In that case, I'll only use 1 hit dice and not 2, because that would be silly. Yeah! Awesome.
Use my brand new dice set with my lovely dice rolling tray.
Oh, you're not allowed to use that one, Glenn. It rules too good.
I know. That's why I'm using them. I put all my other dice aside in my little leather pouch.
I'm just gonna get you a dice that just goes from 1 to 10 twice. Send that.
You don't sing it for me now. It's whatever you roll is going to be halved.
Rest well, little travelers.
Still restful.
Wonderful. I love the volume. That's great.
Oh shit.
Wow. Outstanding. Outstanding. That's brilliant. So I'm gonna roll that again.
So nice, you rolled it twice.
I did indeed. Just with the volume, I thought I'd roll that dice twice with the volume that you sang with. It's wonderful.
with
No,
okay, so with Yeah.
shouted it last time, and surely everything within about 2 miles is dead at this point.
So yes, your ghoul stench is starting to wear a little thin. I mean, it's still pretty much coating you, but like in your exposed areas, like your face and your hands, stuff like that, it's almost entirely washed off with the rain and the mist, the thick mist that's there now. But seeing as you are taking a short rest surrounded by the corpses of rotting dead ghouls spilling their blood into the ground, and with Leo's song invigorating you and sort of urging your bodies to rest and repair, you have an hour in the swirling mist in silence, undisturbed.
Yes. Good rest that.
Very good rest. Very good rest.
Did we lose Sindri's trail? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you never even looked for it.
I thought when we ran into the forest we looked for it then, but
No.
couldn't find it.
He
You
I
went
think
off
we
to
ran
the
found-
towards the
north
noise,
and
found the ghouls, and then
Yes,
shenanigans.
you found the ghouls kind of found you, and then sent you all spinning off down the old embankment.
Well, I guess we should look for tracks then. If there's any left after all the ghouls.
and the rain.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can we look for tracks quietly?
Do some quiet looking for tracks, eh?
Well, unless you've got really rusty eyeballs, it shouldn't be too hard to look quietly.
I think we should prefix everything with quietly. We'll quietly look for tracks.
It's not a bad prefix to put on there. Okay, so whoever's looking for tracks in the soft, the now soft and sort of muddy ground, you can do so with advantage if there's more than one of you looking for it.
Yeah.
Anyone in
Think
particular
you'll
want to make the roll?
I
Yeah,
mean,
you only
there's one of you in particular that can actually see quite well. Might,
I was going to say, I'm down to have a look.
yeah, so I mean, if Jessiel is assisting, or if Jessiel is looking and somebody else is assisting, one of the two of you can roll with advantage to find the tracks.
Could you help Arwen? You're a good tracker, aren't you? You're good in the woods.
I was about to say, if I help Arwen, because she's probably better at tracking than me.
Hmm.
Okay, I can do some tracking. Yep.
Let's have a survival check from you with advantage, then, please, Arwen.
Excuse me. Got 3, so that's 13, and with advantage, what's that one?
Roll it again.
Oh, okay.
Take the highest one.
Oh,
Ooh, off the bat!
Okay.
Off the bat!
Nice.
Straight away.
That
So
was the
with a
last.
roll of 23, Jessiel sort of gestures to Arwen to maybe have a look for the tracks. And as you look towards Arwen, Arwen's just pointing at the floor. She's already found the tracks. She's a little footprint, Sindri-sized footprint in the mud. And you can quite clearly see they are sort of winding their way north through briar bushes and thickets. Sort of parallel to the embankment that you all fell down. So you can see that the mining track you were following was heading roughly north as well, ish. So there's a sort of parallel, but you can see there's like lots of running around. You can also see that there's at least one other ghoul following, possibly two.
well, let's get after him, guys.
Wonderful.
Aye.
So as we did last session, may I have a walking order off you, please?
Did I go near the front since I've...
Yeah, I think the two of us were up front, weren't we? Because
we got better eyesight.
Yeah.
So Arwen and Jess at the front.
I'll go next. You want?
Leo is next. And then Torlek and Godfrey bringing up the rear.
The God Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Alright, okay, that's great. So you are quietly following the tracks as best you can through the winding, grasping vines and dead branches of the stranglethorns. At several points, you have to move off the trail, as you can see, sort of scrape marked in the floor, as it looks like Sindri's crawled under a huge bush, or like he's gone around and through a tight gap between two spine thorned tree trunks. There's several times you have to move off the trail, but between Jess's great sight and Arwen's amazing tracking skills, you manage to find it again easily. Several times you all stop and quieten and hush as you hear a very distant cry of a ghoul, much further up the hill to the north. You don't seem to be searching. You wind your way through the stranglethorns, following the tracks of Sindri. It seems as though the entire time you were resting, he was still on the move. As you follow for about an hour, and the tracks are still there. Here and there, though, interspersed on the trees, you can see scraps of fabric, other scraps and torn bits of ghoul flesh. About an hour and 15 minutes in, you find the body of a ghoul impaled against the spines of the tree, still with a huge spine through its throat. Its own barely audible. It looks as though, you guys, Arwen looks at the ground, she can see that it looks as though Sindri's sort of done like the Jurassic Park kitchen scene and beckoned the ghoul towards, and then dove out the way at the last second, and the ghoul's crashed into the tree and impaled itself. But the tracks go on. They move further forward. This time, not pursued by a ghoul. These tracks seem to be slower now, as if he's picking his way through the trees and trying to find a clearing, or trying to find somewhere to get his bearings. As you can see, there's several times where they stop and then fold back on themselves and turn and then come back the other way, as if he's searching to see where he is. And then all of a sudden, the quiet ambience of the stranglethorns is pierced. Eerie singing drifts, swirling towards you with the curling mist. The suddenness of it is terrifying and shattering as the silence is sundered. You can hear that this singing is maybe 80 feet in front of you, through the bushes and the briars and the thorns and the trees, obscured from sight.
I just want to double check though that I'm pretty confident it's not the siren again.
You are incredibly confident that it is not the siren. You can't quite hear the song clearly. It's more just notes drifting through. You think if you got closer, you'd be able to discern the singing a bit better. But from where you're standing now, what you can hear now, it does just sound like a beautiful young singing voice.
Yeah, I mean, do the tracks still lead that direction?
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's coming from the direction the tracks are leading.
We followed him this far.
We can't leave him to whatever it is. But we need to be extremely careful because anything that's comfortable enough to sing in this place.
Alright, let's head on then.
Yeah, let's
We'll
go.
quietly proceed with caution.
Yeah, like in that manner.
Okay, wonderful. So as you get closer, within maybe move another 15, 20 feet closer, quietly picking your way through the stranglefords, you would reckon Godfrey can make a history check.
Pretty good. History. 15.
15. You recognize this voice.
I hate it when they
Okay.
recognize the one.
It sends a chill down your spine. It's been a very long time since you encountered one. But you know that that is the voice of a mist maiden.
Oh, that sounds bad.
They are a type of siren
Of course
that
they are.
inhabits, that move through the mist, enticing people to their deaths. Though what you know about the sirens, all of them, quite similar. They only tend to sing when they know something is close.
Close, is it? Do I know range of how close? Kind of thing?
You know you're about 60 feet away from it. They only tend to sing when they have something within sort of 35 to 40 feet.
Okay.
As that's where its voice magic is most effective.
Do I know anything more about them? Or is it just a...
What did you get? A 15. You got a 15. What else can I tell you? I want to tell. Go on, I'll tell you a little bit more. I'll tell you a little bit more about them. Yes. Let's have a little look. You know that they are notorious for appearing and disappearing in the mist, and being quite sneaky and hard to pinpoint and hard to pin down. As with most sirens, they are sought after for their alchemical properties in their blood, their tears, their bits, their bobs. But again, they are notoriously hard to catch, as not only can they appear and disappear at will, they're also slippery, slimy creatures. It makes it quite hard to restrain them. They're also very alluring and violent. They will drag you in with a beautiful song and get you close enough before they can rip you apart with claw and teeth, to feed on you with flesh blood. And you're aware of some sort of curse pertaining to the sirens. Though with a 15, you can't quite remember the particulars of it, but you know that sirens don't breed. Sirens create other sirens somehow.
Okay. Okay, I'll relay this to the rest of the group.
When Godfrey tells us the kind of thing that we're facing, I'm going to very quietly and surreptitiously take I've got some candles in my pack, and take a candle out and kind of break, like squidge bits of wax off it, so everyone, and pass it
Yes.
around so people can try and block their ears with candle wax.
Love it.
Oh, you clever little fuck. Well done. Well done. That's it. You know what it is? I'm going to give you a DM's inspiration for that.
Eee.
So that's very good. You're going to get to add a d6 to whatever to one roll.
Thank you, sir.
One roll of your choice.
This is where he reveals later that it didn't do anything, but it was a good plan. You're still extremely vulnerable to it, but never mind.
It was an
Oh.
inspired thought.
So you guys can all take the little balls of wax and put them into your ears. As you do so, though, it gets very hard,
To hear.
obviously, to hear anything, including your compatriots. So you're going to have to rely on hand signals and gesturing. So I'm not going to let you confer with each other during this little encounter. If it becomes a fight, then you will have to make decisions on your own or remove the wax from your ears. Okay, so we had
I guess I'll point forwards then.
Arwen and Jess up front. Just making sure I've got everything ready for it. Okay, here we go. So, onto the map. You guys should be top right. Sorry, middle of the map on the right. So as you peer through the trees, you can faintly make out the form of the Mist Maiden. There she is. That's the Mist Maiden. So you can see these beautiful curved hips. Very.
I don't think that's the first thing I'd noticed, to be honest.
You can't see all of the hands and the hair and the teeth. You can just see the very sort of like female form, the long flowing hair. It hasn't gone yet, so all those hands and teeth haven't quite appeared yet.
Very Silent Hill.
But yeah, it looks like a very beautiful woman with her head forward, with her hair sort of falling down over her face, and kneeling there, enraptured in front of her. It's the tiny form of Sindri Wildwander. So, you are far enough away where I'm not going to make you roll initiative just yet. What would you guys like to do? You can sort of hand signals and gesture to each other a bit, or take a piece of wax out and talk. But Godfrey, you know, the closer you get, the more essential those bits of wax are going to be.
Yeah.
I am going to put my shield on my back and my mace in my belt and take out my light crossbow and just sort of point at it to the others, like we should sort of try and convey ranged attack.
Cool.
I'm gonna do like a thumbs up while raising my light crossbow with my free hand.
I might just
max
wave
range is 60
my
feet,
my
so
rapier
I'll still
in
get
the
a
air
bit closer.
and shrug.
Same. I've got a hand axe.
Okay, we'll move you guys. You can move your movement speed. Get up to where you want to get.
Wait, we're gonna avoid these things. Like, are these?
Yes,
thorns?
that's a big old. It's half movement speed if you go into that.
Okay.
Then you tell me. You guys get to where you want to get to, before you launch your attack.
I still gotta
And I
get
will make
closer.
any rolls that I will need to make.
Are we in free movement now? Sorry, or are we limited by our movement
Yeah.
speed?
Well, I would. You can do your movement speed if you want to, and edge it forward, or you can just put yourselves where you want to try and get to, and then I will make some rolls. However you guys want to do it. If you just want to edge forward, and then I'll roll when it gets to it, or if you want to move, you can move. Totally up to you.
I'll just move up behind the group. I think it's about as far as 30 foot can take me. So
Okay, I'm just within range now.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you creep up through the woods, making a bit of noise as you go, but you can see now clearly that the Mist Maiden is entirely focused on the small form of Sindri in front of her.
Is he still moving towards it?
Should have put her there. No, Sindri is on his knees,
Okay.
staring at her, and she is moving towards
Oh.
Sindri very slowly. Ever seen a weasel trying to get a rabbit? No. So it lures the rabbit in with this hypnotic dance, all the while inching closer and closer and closer until it's close enough where it can strike faster than the rabbit can run away. So you get the feeling that this is kind of what's happening here. So, right, you guys have surprise. She hasn't noticed you. Exactly, Naomi. Exactly like her. Like that. That's exactly true. You can see the hypnotic movements of her body. Everything's jiggling in the right place, and Sindri completely enraptured with it. And she very slowly belly dances up to him. Right, I'm going to give you all one round of surprise, and then we'll roll initiative.
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame.
Dex save.
Dex save for the Miss Maiden.
There's no. Does surprise give a disadvantage? I can't remember how
Yeah,
surprise
she's going to do that with disadvantage. Not bad, not bad. That is a 13.
She does not save. Got a roll of 14. So 1d8 radiant. 4 damage.
4 damage. So as that sacred flame flies through the mist curling behind it, spiraling, it blasts into the chest of the Mist Maiden. Fire goes everywhere, and there is not a ghoul scream, but just she screams and
She scream.
stops singing. And see the body sort of floating, moving around, looking for where that's come from, as the rest of you do whatever it is you're going to do.
Sacred
Anyone else
Flame.
attacking? Sacred Flame.
I think I'm gonna throw some vicious words at it.
Go for it.
What?
Can I shout, "Surprise, missed bitch"?
You can indeed, mate, yeah.
In this point of surprise, missed bitch.
Wonderful.
It's a vicious mockery. So it's
Great. So, wisdom saving throw?
wisdom saving throw, mate. 13.
24.
Yikes.
Oh well.
This bitch
Guess
is
you call
her
it
actual
bitch
name, so
before.
not bothered.
You can see the mist now is starting to swirl as if being parted by long clawed fingers. As she searches, you can see her searching around and like swooshing the mist around her, trying to work out where these attacks are coming from. So roll your sacred flame, Torlek.
So,
Arwen, Jess, are you loosing arrows and bolts?
Yeah, I'm sitting about her.
Right, just everyone roll your attacks all at once. This is all meant to happen simultaneously.
Could I have moved like after I cast my thing?
Yes, you can, yeah.
I'm going to start running towards Sindri and trying to like bring him back.
I need
Okay.
a dex save again, mate. From the creature.
This deck save not great. 15.
Passes.
I think. Wait. Yeah, 15. Yeah.
Yeah, passes. Sacred Flame goes wide, unfortunately, but I'm going to run up behind Godfrey.
Sails over Sindri's head. The Mist Maiden floats out of the way of it. I can see now the hair is whipping around. The mist is clearing as Naomi's Jessil shoots with a 9. That does not hit. Flies. Well wide, unfortunately.
I mean, Leokno's right next to me, so I'm blaming the distraction. Too much shouting.
Too much shouting as you.
I think he's calling you Mist
Your
Maiden.
crossbow, he shouts, "Surprise!"
Yeah, I'm turning around like, you what, mate?
Oomph.
Get
And the
yourself.
arrow bolt goes wide. Arwen, 17 plus 4,
2. Is it dexterity, yeah?
and it's dex and proficiency for you, so I think it's 17 plus 4 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, 4. So,
Yeah, that's more than enough. Your arrow flies through, strikes the Mist Maiden's center mass. You can see Sindri's hair sort of wisp as the arrow flies just over the top of his head, plunges into our midsection.
D8, yeah? Okay.
Plus
Mm.
whatever.
2, yeah. Okay. Please don't be a 2. 9.
9 damage. Fantastic. Ooh.
He's the first round.
So there's a oomph. You can see as the Mist Maiden moves, it's as if she's underwater. It looks like she's submerged with her movements. They're very sublime, but also look like she's floating at the same time. As she now whips her head up and points towards you. The mist parts. And there's now a clear. The mist is going to stay behind her. There's now a clear funnel down where she can see you all. We are going to go into. Oh. Right then, initiative off everyone, please.
Off music.
Oh, Christ. I have a 0.
Good lord.
Wait, that was my trick last time.
Rolled an
Okay.
natural 1. I have a -1. I fall asleep in the bush.
Oh!
Oh, what? Clerics.
Oh my word. Okay, so you can have a gentlemanly discussion between the two of you on who wants to go first when it gets to the bottom of the round. 16 for Godfrey, for Leocono.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Do you want to just roll off, Ben?
Sure, mate. Straight
Okay, that's a 3 for Jess and a
Well, I rolled a 2.
19 for Arwen, yeah?
Oh my god!
We rolled off and both got 2s.
This
Right,
makes-
so just have a
yes.
conversation when it gets to you.
Alright.
And
Are we actually secret twins?
okay, so the Mist Maiden is going to she is going to screech with a horrible burst of sonic energy radiating from her. So the only person is going to be Godfrey. You've got wax in your ears, so you're going to get to make this check with advantage. You can't hear the song anymore, but the screech you can just about hear. So you need to make a wisdom saving throw, please. DC 14.
24.
24, wonderful.
Why?
Rolled an 11 and 18.
Ooh. Not good for Sindri. So yeah, you can hear the Mist Maiden's the hair parts now. You can see that that's actually a vertical mouth with razor sharp teeth that flaps open, predator style, as she screeches. Grasping hands come out with sharp claws. You can see Sindri in front of you on the floor doesn't move, but there's a trickle of blood that runs from his left ear. He takes an ear beating off the siren. Exactly. She's now going to...
Little mouths on the waist mouths.
just
Shit.
comes towards you, arms flailing, the hair sort of flapping, growling at you. And now she's got the two of you there. She's going to lash out at each of you with a claw. Oh, and she rolled really fucking well, guys.
Warden Flare.
Oh, good lord. Warden Flare. So, for Torlek, it is a 23
Hits.
to hit.
Hits.
So we'll do that first. And you take 6 points of slashing damage as the claw just rakes down the front of your face.
Ow.
Down your neck. And Warden Flare takes it down to a 16.
Misses.
Misses. As her claw attack rakes down the front of your armor. She's going to reach out as her hair mouth flies open. And lots of tiny grasping arms sort of reach for you, Godfrey. And she's going to try and grapple you.
Joy.
Launch at you with all of her arms. So I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw.
Ooh. 10.
Oh, mate! The arms grab a hold of you, grasping into the edges of your armor and pulling you close. As the larger arms wrap around the back of your shoulders, drag you close towards it, waiting, quivering more of the siren of the Mist Maiden. It draws you close, and you get the feeling that you're going to be bitten imminently. However, it is Arwen's turn as she drags you closer. So you're currently grappled.
It would be nice if someone got this bitch off me, please.
Yeah. Okay, Arwen, what we doing?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm shooting at her.
Shooting her? I mean, okay, so that's a 15 plus 4.
Yeah, 19.
19. Your arrow strikes her in the shoulder. Actually pierces through the mouth hair into her shoulder. You can see her struggling with her lip. Let's have some damage.
6.
6 damage. Outstanding. So you can see that your the arrow piercing through doesn't seem to have done too much damage. It's when she rips her mouth free of it. You can see it leaves a large gash in the flesh that you thought was hair before. It's actually this like fleshy membrane full of teeth on the underside of it. It's now bleeding quite profusely, this sort of greeny red blood. As she's sort of still pulling Godfrey in towards her.
I could do quick shot.
You can. Quick shot! Quick shot!
Oh, I'm rolling weird as well. For that's 16 plus 4. No,
Takes
wait.
it to 20, then minus 5 down to 15. Not quite enough to hit the Mist Maiden, whose naturally tough, sort of shark-like skin has given her an AC of 17. The arrow flies wide and ends up in the thorny thicket here. You can hear it clatter around off some of the branches. You reckon you'll be able to get that one back? You know where that one went.
Good, that's me done.
Wonderful. Leoquino, you're next. Jess, you're on deck after Leo.
Then we're about here. And Danish is about to chomp down. I'm gonna cast some hideous laughter upon her.
Oh, get in. Go for it. Tasha is
Hideous
hitting laughter.
Is for a wisdom throw, a wisdom save of 13. So
Ooh. Oh, sorry, mate. 24. Rolled an 18.
this is wise.
Yes, the Mist Maiden is incredibly wise.
She's wise for my tricks.
Not exactly
Well,
strong, but incredibly wise.
That's about all I've got, lads. So, yeah. Never mind there. Next.
Next, Jess, you're up next.
Please, no ice knife.
Ice knife. I was just about to shout for ice knife. Just being able to
Like you know.
go for ice knife.
I think you've all had enough ice knife for one day.
Anything but peace of mind.
Poodle up here, and I'll take a shot at her with my teeny crossbow. Pew! Oh.
Quite the
With a 10, you move up again behind Leo in his tight pants. And as he reaches forward and yells out his bardic magic to try and make the Mist Maiden laugh. Again, it puts you off your shot. You let fire with a 10. Torlek, you feel something ping off your back armor and clatter to the ground. You look down and there's a bolt.
Jess would apologise, but she is now laughing uncontrollably. Thanks, Leo.
Wonderful. Okay, Torlek and Godfrey. A gentlemanly discussion over who would like to go first.
I mean, Torlek, if you've got a plan, I'll be happy to hear it. Or
Okay.
you want me to go first? I can do something as well.
I will use my action to help Godfrey when he chooses to break out of the grapple. So I'll just grab onto her and attempt to help him get free. And that'll be my action. And I have no bonus actions. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to drop my crossbow, and then
So
my
it's
action
gonna
is
be
to ready a help for Godfrey.
What I'm going to ask from you there then is a strength check, please, as you attempt to full Nelson the Mist Maiden.
Straight 13.
Alright, okay. Fantastic. Godfrey.
Okay. First, I'm going to use the stone to cast Word of Radiance as a bonus action. The word's just going to be burn. So it's a con save for her, and then I'm going to try and break free.
Okay, wonderful.
So is that with advantage? Because of the help?
Your break free, he didn't quite roll well enough to give you advantage. I'm going to give you a +2. Oh, fucking hell! Right, rolling really well. Rolled a 19, mate.
Okay, that has no
For
effect.
your radiant word.
But strength, what is it?
So that gives
Athletics
you
or
30 in total con save.
Strength check is
Strength or athletics, mate? Either
17.
One. 17. Is that with your +2?
No, so 19.
Yeah.
19. That beats hers just. You want to tear yourself free as Torlek is wrestling with sort of like the full Nelson maneuver and trying to get some leverage under all of the Mist Maiden's arms. You manage to pry yourself free
And hand me, madam.
out of her grasp. There's a horrible growl, and the hair sort of quivers towards you and clamps shut as you manage to extricate yourself from her grasp. So she's going to immediately twist sort of on the spot, and all of the arms are going to reach out for Torlek now.
Fuck. We're going to spend this entire fight just getting caught.
Oh, okay, so I need a strength. It's going to be a Strength saving throw, if you please, Torlek.
Cool, I'm using my inspiration for that. Because I'm not strong.
You've got to beat a 15, sir.
Fuck.
Ah! The arms reach out and they this time grab hold of you and draw you close and bring you in. This time she has enough time left to unleash the bite. So you can see the hair quivers around underneath the membranous hair. Thousands of razor-sharp, tiny teeth. They look to be almost syringe-like. The tiny holes just flap round. Everyone else just sees the hair flap round Torlek's upper half entirely, and there's a clam-shut Iron Maiden style on top of you. Fucking hell! Shit. Torlek, you take 3 points of piercing damage as you do manage to get your shield up just in time, so most of the syringe-like teeth just hit your armor. Only 2 of them manage to land in your neck. So 3 points of piercing damage. There's a sound as a Mist Maiden flushes red all of a sudden in the hair. Like the pale hair flushes bright red. This bright red spider web, like blood rushing through empty veins, and then there's you can feel like an inhale, and the arms grab you stronger. And I need from you, sir, a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's gonna be 9.
9. Oh, good lord. That's not good. Okay, so you fail the Constitution saving throw. The needle-like teeth stay lodged in your neck. Christ. Your Constitution score is reduced by 2.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Temporarily. And as she still has a hold of you, she's going to use her final action to try and dig in with a claw attack at you as you are restrained. She's just going to try and dig her claws in through your armor. Not sure that's going to hit. 14.
That hits.
The advantage was pretty shit. That hits!
Yeah. I took my shield onto my back to get my crossbow out, so I'm not wielding a shield anymore, so my AC is only 13.
What armor are you in?
I am in scale mail. Remember, my dexterity modifier is -1, so even with a shield, I'm 15.
My word, I thought you had a bigger AC than that. Right, well, the claws gon' get you, son. Unfortunately. Where's my D4 gone?
Just from inside the like Iron Maiden flaps of the Mist Maiden's face, you just hear Torlek just go like muffled.
Yeah, that's 5 points of slashing damage as our claws dig through and find gaps in your armor, and you feel them pierce your skin.
Fuck a duck.
Right. Arwen.
Yep.
So you are currently grappled. I used this to grapple. You can see now that Torlek's form is just completely wrapped up in this huge membranous sort of wave of hair that's flapped around him, and it's currently what looks to be draining him dry as his claws are digging in.
Right. Can I move and take a shot, or?
You can indeed.
Alright, I'm gonna move up my trail, a better angle. And I'm gonna shoot at her.
Okay, wonderful.
What? Oh wait, that's not me. Oh, yeah. 10, I guess.
10. Okay. As you as you draw back and left fly at the Mist Maiden, she wrenches Torlek around a little bit to try and find a new weakness in his armor. And Torlek, you hear a loud thud off the back of your armor again as another arrow bounces off and clatters to the floor at your feet.
Oh!
This one does
Going great, guys.
Arwen, you'll be able to pick that one up as well. You can see that one. It's just a Torlek's feet.
Right. Okay. Can I do a quick shot, or because I moved under the?
No, you can still do a quick shot. Quick shot is a bonus action.
Okay, I wasn't sure if moving was. Right. I mean, for God's sake.
Oh
Oh
no!
Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lordy Lord. All right. Okay. Right. I'm rolling the dice here. Woohoo! Okay. Godfrey. Dex save.
Oh well, great at those. 3.
3. Arwen rolled damage as your arrow pierces Godfrey's side. As he was reaching back with his mace to bring it down on top of the Mist Maiden.
Full damage. Great.
Full damage as the arrow pierced Godfrey's side.
That actually hurt worse than the ice knife.
Good,
So
now I can
far,
stop being sorry.
Yeah, so far I've been hurt more by my teammates than by any monsters. Counted.
Suddenly the ice knife doesn't seem so bad.
I long for the ice knife. Please just kill me with the ice knife. Finishes off.
Arwen, you'll definitely be able to get that arrow back.
You know where that one went.
Wow,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to break it off if it's under my arm.
It's gone deep into your side. I don't think it's pierced your lung, but it's touching a bone. It's oop when you move. It's touching stomach.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to overrule the DM here and say you're not getting that arrow back.
I've got mending, you'll be fine.
Okay, Arwen, if there's any more movement from you, if not, Leo's up.
Okay then. Guess I'm gonna have to get in close, aren't I?
It's not good here. It's bad times.
Yeah, well, I mean, my insults aren't really hitting. So, I don't think she even understands what I'm saying. So yeah, let's have at it with a rapier then.
Go for it.
17.
Perfect. That's exactly what you needed to
Yay.
stab forward with the rapier. This time you managed to miss the squirming form of Torlek wrapped up in the Mist Maiden's webby mouth. You strike true and catch only Mist Maiden.
For 5 damage.
Right in the hip. Right in the hip.
Oh,
You can see the wave of the membranous hair kind of ripples a little bit. And sort of tries to wrench Torlek around to turn towards you, Leopnor. Good
time.
strike. Anything else from you?
No, that's all.
You could inspire someone,
Do you think?
like the guy who's been currently eaten alive.
You got any bardic inspirations left?
Like, I don't give it away lightly.
Couldn't hear
You're
you
right,
anyway.
It could get more dire.
Couldn't hear you anyway,
All
mate.
right,
I've
then.
got wax in my ears and a Mist Maiden around my head.
That's true. The wax.
I'll slap you on the back. That's inspiring, isn't it?
There, yeah, there you go.
Try not to get mist goop on your hand.
Make an intelligence check, Torlek.
An intelligence check.
You know what that was.
You're a smart guy.
16.
There you go.
16. Yes, that sounded very much like an inspiring slap from Leopnor, not another arrow hitting you in the back. You now have inspiration, sir.
Is that a D6 from you, Leo, mate?
It is. It is.
With the D6, yeah. And Jess, you are up next.
Cool. Well, over there looks pretty terrible, so I'm going to stay over here and take another shot at her.
Okay, wonderful.
That is better.
30, 20. That's outstanding. So as Leo sort of slaps Torlek on the back, moves back round to strike with his rapier, in the gap that he creates, you, Matrix style, sort of send your crossbow bolt flying perfectly between the two of them, catching the Mist Maiden in what would be her groin. And you can see that what it does actually do is just puncture what looks to be this the dress that she's wearing. Just more membranous skin, and it punctures through that, bursts out the back, and clatters onto the floor near where Sindri is.
Nice.
She's now got a raging tear in the membrane that looks like a dress.
In a very suspect position, sounds like.
Very suspect position. Good hit though, good hit.
And 8 damage.
8 damage, outstanding, as it rips through the membrane. There's another ripple of pain, and Torlek gets thrashed around a bit more. Torlek and Godfrey are up next. Who wants to go where and do what?
Got inspiration. I guess I'll help try and pull him out. He did the same for me. Do I need to make a strength check?
Yes. Let's have a strength check off you, please. Oh, athletics, whichever you want to use.
16.
16. That's good enough to give you advantage on your break free roll, Torlek.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, got a 14 to beat.
We're moving to me now. Okay,
Yes,
let's do it.
Can I move to there while I do that as well?
you can indeed. Yes.
Nope. Whoa.
Inspired,
Also got inspiration.
Can I inspire after the fact? Cool. In which case, 14.
It's enough. It's enough.
Yay!
You had to beat a 14. You managed to wrench yourself free.
As I kind of just pull myself out, I'm just like,
There's a scratch of sort of sharp things on metal. As you extricate yourself from the membranous hair, and she flails around wildly.
as I pull myself free, I'm like, you're not my type!
Right, seeing everyone around all sides, the Mist Maiden sort of raises into the air. The mist comes in,
Goes home.
and the Mist Maiden disappears.
Music hasn't stopped. She's still about.
Yes, she is.
How far does she raise into the air first, Glenn?
Only about a foot off the floor. It's just a little sort of. You can see it's almost as if she's like doing the praise the sun motion, as she brings the mist in with her hands, and then disappears as the mist sort of rolls back in over the lot of you. And then she reappears
Oh.
here.
Yes.
Who said yes?
Launches forward with her membranous hair and wraps Sindri up. Oh, man.
Vulnerability to sexy monsters. It's on his character sheet.
Yeah. Well, the first time we went into the strangle forms was for a kind of sexy lady.
Yeah.
Right.
He died as he lived. A horny fool.
So as you can see, the membranous hair flashes bright red this time. As she drinks Sindri's life force away from him. The wounds that you caused in some places, you can see the membranous hair start to knit back together ever so slightly as she drinks Sindri's blood. So you see Sindri's body start to go limp It doesn't look like he's having a good time in there. But that is her assault over. Arwen, you're up next.
Bigger.
I'll shoot her, because that's about all I can do. Oh, 9.
9. That shot flies wide.
Okay. Guess I'll do a quick shot.
Go for it. 17 you need. Not quite
right.
enough. So it's going to be
No.
14 in total, I think, isn't it? And you're -5 add 4. The second arrow flies this time between Leo and Torlek's heads, straight over the top of Godfrey's, and then arcs off into the distance.
I will get that out.
You're not going to get that one back. It's that one's disappeared. The first arrow clattered just to the right of Sindri into those bushes here, so you'll be able to find that one, you reckon?
Yeah.
That's
I'll
fine.
do a little second.
It takes a few shots to get your eye in. You're not worried. If there's nothing else from you, no movement, Arwen. Leo, you're up.
Yeah, I'm not going to get a reacher here. I'm trying to think of what else I've got, really. And throw some more discouraging words at her.
Oh, firebomb at her.
Nah, I'm not about that.
No?
I mean, if you like, discouraging words it'll give it disadvantage on its attack, so that's good.
So,
If it fails.
Which it currently has advantage on as Sindri's grappled.
let's throw some more discouraging words her way then. Yes, it'll be another. Let's try some more hideous laughter.
It's more hideous laughter.
Yeah.
14.
Oh, it was 13. Or was it?
Oh! Damn. Nearly.
So wise!
Yeah, she's got a +6 to the wisdom save.
Oof.
That's so wise.
Snap.
Yeah, well, maybe here. How about that? And then that gets me out of the way of arrows. That's what
It
I'm going
does.
for.
It does. Though with these two, the safest place to stand would be sort of right in front of them.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Jess, you're up next.
Well, all I can do really at this point is shoot her, so let's do that.
Okay, you're going to shoot her with the ice knife. Ah, 21!
I'm
Fantastic.
gonna shoot her with a crossbow.
You
Yeah,
left
there
behind
is
the
no ice knife
crossbow.
today. I've spelled out.
It flies perfectly between the moving forms of Leo, Torlek, and Godfrey, arcing forward and digging deep into the Mist Maiden's flesh.
Okay, that is 7 damage. And can I use a cantrip as a bonus action?
If it says bonus action on it, then yeah.
Yeah, it is not. Oh well. That's me done.
Torlek, you're up next.
Okay, Mr. DM, does it take a full action for me to re-equip my Mason Shield, or is that only a bonus action?
That's what did you have out?
I had my crossbow out, I dropped it to wrestle the creature, so I'm currently stood with...
Alright, yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. You're trained enough, you can do that.
Cool. Okay, bonus action, re-equip my stuff. Then run right up next to this creature, 15, 20, 25. Run up to next to the Mist Maiden and try and smash whatever semblance of a face it has into a pulp.
Wonderful.
Does not connect. And that will be it for me.
Could you go further than where you ran to?
No, that's 30. Trying to set up a...
Not quite. Not quite with the mace.
Not quite.
You bring the mace back. You hesitate for a second, trying to work out what's Sindri and what's Mist Maiden. You try and bring it down on the rear, and she just manages to move ever so slightly and sort of tightens a grip around Sindri's form. and you strike the ground behind her. And Godfrey next,
I will do the same, but on the other side.
with advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, not gonna work, I don't think. Even with advantage, the highest roll was a 6 plus 6, so 12.
Not quite. Again, she's writhing about now. She can feel the two of you either side of her, trying to hug Sindri right in so she can drink all of his life. Wriggling about, just can't quite manage to land your mace on her. Right, she is going to release the body of Sindri. Like, yeah, the membranous hair flies back. Sindri's lifeblood sprays out as the flaps come back, and she lets fly a horrific screech. Second time. So Godfrey and Torlek, you have got wax in your ears, so you're going to be making this at advantage, and it is a wisdom saving throw, please.
13.
13.
Oh, crit 20 plus 5.
20 plus 5.
With advantage, I rolled a 4 and a 7. Fucking hell.
Oh, Godfrey. The scream. You can feel one of the bits of wax in your ear sort of starts to work its way loose. And in that split second, this Mist Maiden scream rings out loud in your ear. So loud it feels as if your brain has been shaken and you're dazed for one round.
Dazed isn't one of the usual things, is it? So what does that actually mean?
Stunned.
Oh, stunned.
Stunned. Yeah, I create this Mist Maiden stats with a load of 3.5 edition stuff because there's a load of cool stuff in there. So like I dripped loads of it out of that. So you're stunned for
Okay.
1 round. And it is the... yeah, she's going to lash out at you with 2 claw attacks. That one's not going to hit, but the 18 plus 6 is going to hit. 18 plus 4, sorry. I believe that's going to hit, yeah. Oh no, it is plus 6, yeah. So you're going to take 4 points of slashing damage as the claw rakes across your neck. Not quite deep enough to open up an artery. I'm not doing 2 claws, right? That's it for the siren.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a shoot then.
Go for it. Natural 1. Ah.
16.
That's not quite enough. There's your need to hit a 17 to get at this one, which is quite wily. Your arrow flies between the siren and Torlek. Torlek, you swear to God you feel the feathers touch the tip of your nose as it comes hurtling past you. I've got to say the two of you are very, very calm for having arrows flying at you constantly in combat.
Well, I'm too stunned to not be calm.
Yeah.
One.
Oh my. Well, it's not a natural one, so I'm not going to let it hit Torlek or Godfrey. That one, as you draw back, your hand's starting to shake at the severity of the situation. You let fly, but the arrow wasn't properly knocked, and the bow twangs, and the arrow drops to the floor below you. Any movement from you, Arwen, or not?
Nah, I'm okay.
Okay. More words of discouragement. I'm determined that it's just going to leave.
Okay, this time it's only an 8.
Yay.
Yeah!
Way!
That's me calling her a twerp. So it must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next turn. Yeah.
Outstanding.
slap. Yeah. Bad word.
What we got? What's the damage?
Ew.
I hope it kills her.
Outstanding. So as you yell, twerp at it, it kind of goes. It ponders the meaning of this for a minute. Then you see it recoils all of a sudden as a psychic slap hits it in the face. And all of its hair and its movement and its motion is now focused on you. As it starts its alluring dance, focusing towards you, Leochino.
Cool, man.
Next on deck is Jess.
I suppose I'll have to shoot her again. Well.
Right.
Right, okay, so the crossbow bolt flies over Leochino's shoulder. Torlek, you see this one coming and you manage to get out of the way of that bolt. Hurtles past you and embeds itself into the trunk of a dead tree 10 feet behind you with a loud.
At least I'm getting one back as well then.
Yeah, you'll be able to find that one nearby.
Assuming
Anything
we're all
else?
dead.
No, that's me.
Okay, the handsome godly gents. Godfrey, you are stunned. You'll be unstunned by the end of this turn.
Okay.
So, Torlek.
Right, well, stun says you can't take actions or reactions. Does that mean you can take a bonus action?
Ooh. That's a bloody good question.
Oh, sorry, it says yeah, incapacitated, which means you can only take can't take actions or reactions.
Stun. What did you say?
But can only
Incapacitated. Yeah.
So I was just wondering if I could heal and word myself.
Can't take actions or reactions. Can't move and can speak only faltering.
Yeah, I was just thinking that maybe it won't work.
You were going to healing word yourself?
Yeah, I've only got 5 hit points left.
Well, I would say that that's just a word. That might be the one. That might be the one spell you'd be able to actually say while you were stunned, as it is just one word.
I'll try that.
This is me being nice.
I'll just like choke out. Heal.
You do so, sir.
Fuck you, dice. I rolled a 1, so that's 5 back.
Hey, it's better than nothing, mate. It's going to keep you alive a bit longer. Wonderful. And your stunned condition ends your next turn.
Well, I'm almost completely exsanguinated. I'm too spaced out to even notice all the arrows and bolts flying past my head at this stage, so I'm just gonna muster all of my remaining strength and just Sacred Flame point blank right in the face.
Outstanding. Sacred Flame, that's a dex save, isn't it?
It is. DC 13.
DC, well, she has rolled a 13 without the modifiers, so...
God damn. It's not quite enough.
You're so dazed, you can see two of them, and you absolutely immolate the one to the right of where the real one is absolutely standing. The Sacred Flame flies off and immolates the tree over here somewhere.
Right. Use the rest of my turn to try and stay on my feet.
Wunderbar. Okay, so the two of you standing there see her arms begin to raise again. She does another praise the sun. The mist swirls in. And she disappears. When she reappears.
Hello.
Behind Jess and Darwin.
Well,
Oh, heck no.
For the end of the arrows.
Yeah.
So now is
Darwin.
the time for Ice Knife. Got it.
Bah! Dead.
You're up. She's appeared right behind you out of the swirling mist.
Right. Yeah. It's too close to go.
Mm-hmm.
Go forward. and
Stab
Give
away.
it stab at her.
Nice.
You and this short sword. You were taking names with the ghouls last time, decapitating them left, right, and centre with your short sword. Now you're just stabbing big holes in the Mist Maiden. That
I
hit.
also prefer it when you use the short sword.
And then it's a 3, 6 plus 2 for damage.
Go for it.
Three.
Oh! Still
Three.
better than nothing. As you launch forward with the short sword, manage to catch the membrane around her legs. It looks like a skirt, and tear a huge gash in the skirt of the Mist Maiden. Begins to bleed profusely. This horrible greeny red blood spilling out on the floor as the arms reach out, grasping towards you. Okay. Do you want to move at all? You want to stay where you are?
If I move, does that penalize Alan somehow?
If you move,
Yeah.
she's gonna take a swipe at you.
You can move around her though, but you can't move away from her. So if you
Move
wanted to give,
here,
you could give her advantage by moving to the other side of Giselle.
yeah.
You'd also be in range of Ice Knife right there.
No, there's no point.
If you move to here, then whatever Jess does, I'm assuming it's going to be something close quarters.
I mean, yeah, given you're right next to Jess, you can probably see that she seems pretty tired and a bit magicked out.
So if you move to there, that's going to give Jess advantage on whatever it is she does,
Okay, if that helps Jess, I'll move there then.
and that will help Jess. Leo, you're up next though.
Right, so our
Beard.
movement
Beard. There's been a yelp from behind you.
Oh, I'm done with those yelping. Right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 diagonal. Right. What do you reckon? It's going to be another swipe of the rapier, me think.
17 to beat, mate.
Let's roll it on up. No!
Oh my
no.
word! This is you riposte, stab forward with the rapier towards centre mass. The 4 tiny arms she has in the middle grasps the rapier and wrenches it from your hands. The little hands turn it round and they're now pointing it towards you.
Well,
You're being disarmed, sir.
well, that's bad.
Yeah.
Guess I'll leave it there then for this.
Okay, Jess, you're up. The Mist Maiden's now wildly waving a rapier around in front of her.
Jesus. I'm gonna try hit her with my stick.
Go for it, you've got advantage.
Ooh, good. 15.
15, not quite enough. As you swing forward with your stick, she actually manages to block the blow with the rapier. A wild swing of the rapier, you just weren't expecting it. And you manage to dodge back out the way as it flips back round and nearly slices a cut in your face. But you don't manage to connect and make any damage with your stick. The 2 godly boys at the top.
Okay.
After you
What's
go
Sindri
through.
look like?
Sindri looks nearly dead, and his eyes are silver.
Okay, I don't know what to do about that. Okay, I'm just gonna say to Torlek, look after him, and I'm gonna run forward to here and cast Bless on. It's 4 people, so 5. 10. I think I can just about get Arwen in, so all 4 of them.
Wonderful. As you're all blessed.
That's my last spell.
And that's adding a D4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which
2
Would
attacks
be
and saving
handy.
throws, which, yeah.
Which will be very handy. Okay, Torlek.
Okay. Seeing Sindri's eyes are silver, I know I can't do anything for that, so I'm just going to run up behind Godfrey.
Okay. So as you run up behind Godfrey, you hear a slump and a muffled as Sindri slumps forward onto the floor. Now
Like,
lying face down in the mud.
I have no magic left, and I don't have the knowledge for that. So I'm just going to run up behind Godfrey. I would like to use my bonus action to pick up my crossbow, which I dropped on the floor about here.
That's absolutely fine.
And then my action will be to steal myself and try and Sacred Flame the actual Mist Maiden this time.
Go for it.
That's a dex
There you
save from
go.
you, sir.
Dex save. She's rolled an 11.
That is a fail at last!
Outstanding.
7 radiant damage.
Oh, there is a piercing scream goes up as you strike the Mist Maiden's center mass in all of the arms with the flame. Fire bursts up. Liaquino, you hear your rapier clatter to the floor beneath you. As the blackened arms contract in pain on the Mist Maiden.
Get in.
Anything else, Torlek?
No, that'll be me.
Wonderful. So, being in such pain, the Mist Maiden is going to reach forth and grapple Jess.
Oh dear.
Strength saving throw, please.
We have a D4 to add.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah.
You feel the
That's all I
grasping
count.
blackened arms, now stinking of burned flesh, grasp around you, bring you close as the flap of hair with thousands of needle-like teeth envelops your head. Okay, good, you didn't crit. You are going to take damage from the bite. That is... Where are we here? Fuck! Max damage.
oh,
8 piercing damage from the bite.
okay.
You feel the blood inside you get sucked into the siren. Everyone else around can see the Mist Maiden's hair membrane flash red again. She inhales, and I need you, Jess, to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, that I
Plus
can
D4.
do. Thank you again.
Well, that'll help.
Every little helps.
Got
So a total of 14.
14. Oh, shit. Ah, you went away, not quite enough.
Ah, fucking hell.
Your Constitution score drops by 2.
Oh. Okay.
You feel a change. Now she's got you. She's going to lash out with 2 claw attacks at Leo. Actually, it's going to split one up. One at Arwen and one at Leo with her 2 claw attacks. Oh my god, right. She's rolled a 6 for Arwen and a natural 1 for Leo. So as she whips out with a claw, you get an opportunity to strike back with your rapier.
Which? You roll that. Bah!
19, fantastic. Let's have some damage off you, please.
Blah! 4 damage.
4 damage. You stab forth with your rapier right in front of where Jess's face is stuck in the membrane. You rip through, tear a hole in it, bring the rapier out, leaving such a giant hole that the Mist Maiden recoils and lets go of Jess. You can see the blood pouring all over Jess. Her blood is mixed with the Mist Maiden's blood that sprays all over you. It's a bloody mess. But Jess has been set free. Arwen, you're up next.
I'll stab her.
Good.
Ooh.
That's
13.
gonna be enough. That's gonna be a 17, yeah? in total. That's enough.
This is a D6 plus 2. What's the D6? Oh, 7.
7 damage. Outstanding. That's a big hit. You stab right into the back of the midsection, right where the spine of the Mist Maiden should be, and tear down. It's as if you're cutting into some sort of aquatic creature like a shark or something like that. The flesh parts like shark skin. Underneath you can see this dark, bluey purple muscle rippling inside. It's a huge scream as you cut a massive gash down her back. You saw that one quite hurt. That one hurt her a lot. You should have done that with advantage as well. So I'll let you roll again just in case you got a crit.
That's the D4 thing, is it?
Oh no, roll a D20 again, see if you get a 20. Because you're flanking. Not quite. Never mind. Damage stands. Okay. Leo, you're up next.
I'm gonna give it a good stab of the old rapier, and again with advantage this time now.
And you have a D4 to add.
I missed. Cool.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Jess, you're up next. Was the disadvantage on our rolls only for 1 round, Leo?
It's just
Just
the next
one
attack,
round.
not even a turn.
Yeah.
Yes, the next attack.
Still pretty good for a cantrip.
Fine. Well, yeah, that's why she rolled a 1. Okay, so Jess, what are we gonna do?
I'm going to try and, in a slightly wobbly fashion, hit him with a quarterstaff again.
Go for it. Advantage.
Pew!
Plus a D4.
Hold the same
Wow.
twice. What even? Alright, D4. So 16.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
One away.
Oh, story of my life today.
With a stick. You do manage to strike the Mist Maiden, but it's like it bounces off the back of a membranous hair.
Just poke her in the hole, the Oaknall main.
Okay, Torlek and Godfrey. What say you, men of God?
After you, sir.
Alright.
Men of faith.
To here and just try and hit her with the mace again. I'm gonna give up on those dice.
Advantage.
Yeah, 17. plus
17 is definitely
6.
gonna hit.
8 damage.
8 damage. Outstanding. Okay, so as you see the Mist Maiden sort of swirling around, lashing out with claws and membranous hair, the people surrounding her, you see your opportunity and bring your mace down atop her shoulders. You hear this squelching snap, and you see now that you've left a dent in the back of the Mist Maiden that is not sort of filling back out again. It's just constantly dented. It's like you've broken through the carapace underneath her skin. And done a huge damage to her. A huge slap. Okay then, Torlek, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna stay where I am, and she gets another sacred flame to the face.
Wonderful. 19 she's rolled without modifiers.
Well, then she doesn't take a sacred flame to the face.
It flies off. You light the tree behind Arwen.
And then, bonus action, can I take a look at Sindri from where I am, see if I can ascertain anything about what's going on with him? Can I look at
do a
him and-
quick medicine check.
Yeah. Medicine plus 5. 23.
Of what you saw, he has been pretty much exsanguinated to within an inch of his life. He needs rest and fluids immediately. He's still bleeding, and you have no idea what's going on with his eyes.
But we reckon he's stable, was the main thing I was going to try and ascertain.
Yes, he is stable. He is not going to die just yet.
Okay, that's fine by me, and that's it for Torlek, thank you.
Alright then. There we go.
I took the bless off me because it's only 3 people, not 4.
It's only 3 people, right, that's fine. Right. What is the maiden going to do? What is the maiden going to do? She's going to shriek. The final shriek of the day. You're all close enough to hear it. So, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please. With advantage. You all managed to plug your ears up with the wax, so you all got advantage. Got to beat a 14.
26.
Oh.
True to form, Jess does not beat a 14.
15.
Also 15.
Wonderful. So only Jess.
20.
Wonderful.
Oh, I wasted all my good rolls on this. I got an 18 and a 20.
Oh, I rolled poorly for the damage. You take. Screech. 1d4, and it was a 1 point.
Oh
of
wait,
psychic
whoever failed, did you add your d4 for the saving throw?
I did not, but given I rolled a 4 and a 5, I...
Okay.
damage. It ain't gonna get you there.
Never mind.
And you are dazed, stunned.
Okay, and was it 1 damage, yeah?
1 damage, yeah.
I'm just gonna ping you a question.
Ooh, ah.
This is the face that says I should not have asked that question. I could have got away with that.
You've asked the question that I was contemplating myself there, actually. No.
Okay.
No, I don't think it would be. It's more yeah, it's more just essentially being put into shock rather
Okay.
than the other thing.
Cool. Thank you.
So no, you're lucky. No, it's not that. Had you been all listening to us singing, would have been different. Right, so she screeched, and you see her do a little raise up off the floor again with the arms. Boom! The mist swirls, and she reappears.
Torlek, I hope you got your eyes on a swivel.
Ah,
Arwen, it's your turn.
Right.
Prepare to be shot with many arrows, Torlek.
I'm gonna go around you, and I'm gonna shoot at her. Sorry if I hit any of these. 10.
10. No, that arrow goes flying wide off into the trees.
Alright, quick stop. Wow. So that's
We're going to take the 21 minus 5 is
16.
And you got a d4 to add though.
Oh yeah.
moving quite. Oh, yeah, the default.
Yes.
Hey!
Oh, yeah, that's enough. That's
It was all
definitely-
worth it.
And 26 damage, and that is 8. Come on. 9.
9 damage. Oof. With that, you see she's rearing back behind Torlek. You let fly with your arrow. It pierces through her calf and digs into the ground, and you can see like her leg sort of twist, and she's almost pinned to the ground with the force of that shot. And it stops her before she swallows the top of Torlek's head. Leo, you're up next.
Right, isn't it? Okay. She's gonna get some more vicious words. So
I mean, you can get to here with your 30 feet of movement from where you were.
Threaten?
Yeah, you were here, weren't you? You go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Alright, cool. Let's do that then. Do a quick stab.
Stabbity stab.
I've just made that attack up. The quick stab
The quick
that
stab.
Special.
is a normal attack. But it's quicker. Plus D4.
Yeah.
Plus D4, mate.
Yeah.
Ah, that's exactly what you needed, mate. Exactly what you needed right in this trying time.
Plus D4.
She is pinned to the floor.
Oh, that's 3 damage.
3 damage. What does it look like when you skewer the Mist Maiden, mate?
It's a
Hey!
quick stab. It's just quick in the shoulder or something. Just a wah!
You know. So yet again, you see her reaching forward towards Torlek. As he's slowly spinning round, you dash forward with your rapier, running towards her, seeing Torlek's fate. You launch forward with your attack as she lurches towards the back of Torlek. You can see her mouth flaps wide to envelop him. You just Captain Jack straight down the middle, right down the gullet. You jab with your rapier. You hear something crunch, and then there's a loud squishy pop. And you draw your rapier back out, and there's a shudder. And you see the top of the Mist Maiden is starting to turn red, and redder, and redder, and redder. And as you draw your rapier back out, she explodes in a shower of blood. Green and red blood fly everywhere. All of the blood that she's drank off all of you just cover you and Torlek as she drops to the floor, quivering, sliming, before slowly melting away, turning into mist. Steam rises off the hot, stinking body, and then she's no more. Sizzle. As her body winks away to nothing. Or as it does so, you notice there is something left on the floor where she died, glinting in the mud, in the viscera. Seeing as Leo killed her, Leo, you can see this thing and pick it up if you want.
What is this? It glistens.
Is it that jewel from the scarecrow?
Yeah. What do I see?
Well, you see, you reach forward, and in the muck and dirt, there is a simple silver ring with a red stone in it.
That's pretty cool. Can I identify it?
You would have no clue what this is.
No, just
You're not from around here. Though Torlek or Godfrey may.
Can I just pick it up and
Or Jess.
pull to the light maybe and motion to Torlek who's closest?
Yeah, Torlek, if you want to make a history check.
Sure.
I just want to have a quick look at Giselle and see if her eyes are silver.
Jaciel's eyes are silver.
Okay. Can I do a medicine check on that while he's doing look at the ring?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Assuming Giselle wants to be examined.
We'll have a history check off Torlek and a medicine check off Godfrey.
I think I'm still out of it, so go for it.
Okay.
That's going to be 20. The history
20.
check.
You recognise this. They're rare, but at one time they were very numerous. Leoquinos found himself a ring of protection.
Ooh.
Nice work.
While worn, This simple silver band with a red stone grants +1 to AC.
No wonder she was so hard to kill. Was she wearing that?
Yeah.
11 for the medicine check.
And 11 for the medicine check. You look at Jess's wounds. You reckon that Jess's wounds look infected. You've got no clue what's going on with her eyes. And for Jess, Godfrey, and Torlek, I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw, please. DC 15.
Wait, shit, I've got -2 constitution, so my modifier's even less. Yeah, no, that's a fail.
I wasted my good roll of the night.
Believe me, this is the one you want to profit on. Oh, gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen.
I'm so glad I took the bless off myself.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
Nah.
I mean, I didn't use it well, but I did appreciate it.
Okay, so Jess, your wounds can be tended to. They don't look to be festering. Godfrey and Torlek, your wounds not only look to be festering, they look to be quite bad. So you're both going to have festering wounds. So after 24 hours, your hit point maximum will drop by 1d8 until you get back to hallowed ground. You can continue to heal yourselves.
Okay.
I'll roll 1 for the 2. It's only 3. So both of your hit point maximums drop by 3.
Does that reduce our hit points by that amount as well?
Are you on full, eh?
Not. It's going to reduce your hit point maximum, not your hit points at the minute.
Okay.
Because you've just got out of combat, so you've got time to sort yourselves out on that.
Okay.
I'm not going to be that harsh.
I guess I'll wander over to Sindri and see if I can stabilize him if he's.
Sindri is unconscious.
Yeah.
Seems to have succumbed to his wounds.
But he's
Yeah,
not
am
like bleeding
I
out
up
or
or am I also out?
You're fine.
Okay.
You are just very badly wounded. They're not festering, and you don't seem to have anything else other than silver eyes. When you do blink around and look about, how far is your mist sight at the minute?
Let me double check. I think it was 20 foot more off the top of my head.
Well, while she's doing that, I'm slumping down in the mud because I'm barely on my feet. I'm really badly injured. But I do have the presence of mind to ask Leo if my eyes are silver.
Are they silver?
No,
No.
They're not.
not.
Don't worry.
Interesting.
They are not silver.
Do you want to hear my healing words? While you're there.
That'd probably be for the best.
Yeah, I don't know about everyone else, but I would love to hear a healing word right now.
Yeah.
I've got no spells left.
Well, I've got 2 spells left, so quite lucky.
Okay, so I currently get an extra 15 foot in fog. I'm gonna write that down so I have to look for it again.
Wonderful, wonderful. So that's increased, you think, by a bit.
Ooh.
You think you can now see an extra 60 feet in the fog?
Now that I've seen what the siren does, do I recall what the curse was? That I couldn't quite
history
remember
check.
before. Ah.
With
What a freaking
advantage,
history.
you just fought one.
Where's my history? Okay. 9.
9.
I get hit on the head a lot.
Let's just see what you remember of this.
While you're doing that, Torlek, the healing word of the day is allay.
Lovely.
Allay thy wounds. For 6 hit points.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Leo. Closes cuts on face for being raked by claws.
And for Giselle, I will try
Oh,
and
you remember.
alleviate your wounds for, let's have a look. Another 6 hit points. Feel better.
Wonderful. That's good. Some good healing going around.
Yeah.
Everyone feels a bit better.
You all feel a bit relieved after that.
Wonderful. So, Godfrey and Torlek, you're the ones whose wounds don't quite heal up properly. There's still some gunk and pus. They're looking a bit nasty and inflamed and festering. Godfrey, all you can remember now of fighting the siren is a little limerick that one of your adventuring band told you. You can't even remember which one it was. It was that long ago, but it went something along the lines of, "On darkest night, when wet with fright, something something, the sirens bite."
On darkest night, when what was the thing
Wet
there?
with fright,
Okay. Okay.
something
That's really,
something, the sirens bite.
because that doesn't even have to rhyme, does it? On that line.
Well, I'm not smart enough to figure that out.
200 XP each.
Ooh, nice.
Then
Where
I'll
does
go
that get
over.
you?
Just over.
Level
What's, the,
Level what?
Level 3.
what's the threshold for level 3?
900.
Yeah.
Oh, yes! 980.
So I'm
You're all
yeah.
level 3.
Upgrade level.
Woo.
Outstanding. Wonderful.
We're definitely gonna have to take a rest. We've got
Yeah.
no spells or
No
anything.
spells, no health, no
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
There's three of us with festering garbage as well, so.
Yeah. Okay. So you've already had your hit point maximum reduced for your festering wounds. So yeah, you guys can try and make some sort of safe camp, rest up. Are you going to do short rest or a long rest?
Long.
It'll have to be a long rest.
Mhm.
Long rest.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's fine. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
I vote we go back to the safety ghoul and camp there personally.
So what I'm going to suggest to you is that you tell me what your long rest requirements are going to be now. Where you're going to be camping, this, that, and the other.
I agree with Jess, we should go back to the warding ghoul on the path.
Yeah.
At the
But not
bend
too
in the
close
road.
to it.
Yeah. Park camp near there.
Camp near the warding ghoul. So you can manage to find your way without too much difficulty back to the tracks you were on. As you can see, there's tracks in the floor now. The mist is still swirling around, but you're able to follow these the minecart tracks back through the Stranglethorns, and you can see that there's a small embankment with the tracks go up, and as you get to the top of that, you can see that you're only maybe 30 feet on from where you were, where you all fell down the embankment before the tracks split again and came down. So you managed to follow that back up, and you can find your way back down to the warding ghoul.
I assume Godfrey's carrying
camp.
Sindri.
Yeah, I'll carry on.
Yeah. So let's have a survival check with advantage. Who's going to make camp? Who's good at making camp?
I
I'm
don't
alright at it. Got +4 to
Godfrey,
survival.
you've done it loads before.
I'm
Torlek
using
done a little bit
towel.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, or not
Nah.
here.
What's the
Arwen Godfrey. So Arwen, you can make a survival check with advantage to make the camp.
I think actually I might be better at survival. But
Whichever one of you's got the highest survival, make a survival check with advantage.
mine's +4.
my survival? Yeah, you got a higher one than I do.
Okay.
Survival check with advantage.
So 17 +4 is 21.
Wonderful. Is that with advantage?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, it is, yeah, because you rolled a 4 for your d20.
Oh yeah, it just happens that I've got the same. I've got a survival +4 and I rolled a 4.
Okay, so with that, you managed to make quite a secure camp. Cutting free some briar bushes that aren't too big, using your mailed fists to pull them over carefully and sort of create like a little bull ring around yourselves, like a little ring of briar bushes. It's going to help. I managed to find a spot of ground that isn't too damp, just off the tracks where the ghoul is. You can still hear his cries, but you can't hear the cries of anything else. And are you going to be posting watch? And how long are you going to be resting for? Can be 8 hours. Good sleep.
It's gonna be, and definitely post watch.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so how would you like to do it? You're going to do 2 4-hour shifts, or you're going to do 4 2-hour shifts?
Have we got any elves who can trance themselves?
Don't think so.
No.
Oh no. Not a thing.
No.
4
What
to
is-
Oh,
6.
you're a half elf, aren't you? You're a full elf.
I'm a half elf.
Half elf.
So which way's
Okay.
the fastest? It's doing 2 shifts for 4 hours. Does it add more to the rest? I don't know, can't do the maths.
For 2 hours, so we all get 6 hours.
4 2 hours. We'll give you all. We'll be able to do it in an 8-hour one. All right. So who's taking first watch?
Has anyone not got dark vision? Who wants to go first while it's still light?
I don't.
I don't either.
Well volunteered.
Alright.
Yeah. So Godfrey, you can tell that it's about 7 o'clock,
Yeah, I mean I can see everything right now, so
early evening. Yeah,
Okay,
Jess.
well, I'll take the first 2 hours then while it's still got some light. 23.
23. Wonderful. Okay. Next watch.
I'll go second
Torlek.
before it goes too dark, because I am a mere mortal as well.
Yeah, so you're going to do 9 to 11.
Mhm. Perception, yeah?
Perception, yeah.
17.
Next.
I'll next it. 14.
Just gradually declining.
Okay, and next.
yeah, I'll go.
Boom.
Oh my word.
You
I
literally
can see
can't see everything in
everything.
the forest.
You can't see everything.
I can still see the smoking remains of the Mist Maiden.
You can see Braskov, like.
Jess can see everything. And I can tell you all that because of your choice of place to camp, that you get through your sleep unharassed.
Nice.
Wonderful. So you can awake, you're back to full hit points, full spells, level 3.
More spells.
Question for you, DM.
Yeah.
Those of us who've got negative constitution score modifiers, is that worn off now or not?
Yes.
Oh, good.
That's all. That's one off now.
Cool, so we're back up to our normal constitution now.
But the reduced hit points doesn't come back from the wounds, does it?
from your fest
That's
room
separate
moving.
to the constitution thing.
Yeah. So you two are still at -3 from your your fest room wounds.
Okay.
The point maximum won't come back until you get onto hallowed ground or are healed in the chapel of the fallen on the sanctified ground.
Actually, that's a good point, guys. What kind of time of day did we fight those ghouls yesterday?
You fought them at about 3.
Okay.
No, it was 7. No, you fought them at 5, and then you'd walked for 2 hours, and then you've walked for an hour and a bit, so you fought them at 6. Right.
26.
I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please, Naomi.
Oh,
Interesting.
Interesting. Yes, it is interesting. It is interesting.
Oh, worst hit point gain ever.
Oh, 1. That's depressing.
1 + 1, I'll have you know that's 2.
So your roll combined makes my modifier.